Hey gang, this is number one. I'm in Magnolia Park. It's Cordova and Magnolia, and it's kind of busy, so I got to be careful not to slow down too much. But we've got Chicago still here. Chicago is right there. He was smoking a joint. At least it looked like a joint when I saw him smoking it. That was my second pass. Okay, I'll continue the census. That's number one. No one is more entrepreneurial than I am, but Morrison is just like, dude, it's like going to Times Square over here. You know, how much damn signage do you need? In fact, there's a use case, or no, there's an argument to be made for being understated when it comes to a dining establishment. You know, they're completely in violation of the Burbank Municipal Code with all the banners and all their stuff that they got up. You know, put up a couple signs, be classy. That's what Magnolia Park's supposed to be about. Be classy. That's why we have those codes. These shopping carts sit here by Rite Aid. This is Rite Aid at Hollywood Way and Magnolia. And these shopping carts are always here. It's not these very shopping carts. New shopping carts are always here all the time. And you know, people say, well, they have those magnetic locks. They don't work. Either they don't work or they're not on them. And I don't understand how retailers can have a business where nobody's keeping track of this stuff. You know, if I had a customer walking out of my company and they had a shopping cart and I'm the manager, I mean, all these retailers have security. You know, that's every one of them has security. So how do those carts get there? This is Whitnall Highway, Park South. You know, I never see any sleepers here. That's not true. During the daytime, I've seen sleepers. But at night, you know, I just don't see them. Probably because there's nobody here to get money from. But I come here anyway, and I don't see them. This bin of garbage was sitting here yesterday. That bin right there of garbage. But it's interesting that nobody's sleeping in the park, which I would have thought would have been a prime location for somebody to want to sleep in. This is Porto's parking lot. And, oh, the Walmart trash can is here. I mean, the shopping cart is still here. I'm back under the freeway here. This is the 5 freeway. This is the bridge that goes over the 5 freeway. And yesterday was the first night I saw here at Americold is the name of the business. Americold Logistics. There was an encampment here, and it is still here. So we got a gal, somebody who is camping out. And I'm guessing there's a sign there that says Swainer Hardwoods. So I guess people from Swainer Hardwoods have seen the encampment and they don't want to report it or do anything about it, or who knows. I'm not sure, but still there on the 1st of October. That's number 2. And I'm on the backside of Swainer Hardwoods, and you can see right there that the encampment's still here. I did report it, but it's still there behind this building right here. It's a nice clean tent. I mean, it's nice and clean. I don't know how come nobody's. Well, maybe they just need a campground somewhere. You can get them, find them one in Nebraska or Iowa or something. You know, I did a boneheaded thing. I could have just entered as I was looping around. I could have just entered over there, but you know, you've got 2 tents, and you know what always amuses me? It's always, for some reason, it's like a magnet. Anytime there's a government office or building, homeless people are there. It's like a magnet. I don't like to pick on people too much, but it's like sort of liberal attitudes. You know, you get this liberal attitude. It's like, oh well, it's forest and trees. You go to work every day, and you just don't notice. I'm like, easy to notice. You think that you'd be concerned in a world of dangerous people, dangerous drug-addicted people, that you would be concerned to know your surroundings, and that would be to know that there's an encampment on 2 sides of the freeway right by your office. But nobody does anything about it. I think the city's going to do something about it, they said, but Why did I have to be the one to tell them? That always boggles my mind. How come nobody else just gets involved? Sort of like nobody cares, maybe. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go downtown now, and here in a second do my Parklets review to see how many Parklets have people in them. Okay, I'm making the right turn now. Lots of congestion here. Lots of congestion. Of course, the stoplight is red, which is why it's all backed up, but more cars than any of my other nights. Now, this is Friday night, and I'm right here at the Urban Outfitters Coffee Bean. That's where I'm turning. And so far, every parking space is taken. I can see that, which doesn't surprise me. In 1990s, when I used to come here quite often, and I mean often as in virtually every weekend, it was like about the same. It's not much different than what you see now in terms of congestion. So I'm not blaming that on progress or anything. Okay, on the left, as always, the parklet is completely full where the bar is on a time that you would expect them to be busy, which they are. The parklet is very busy. Okay, I see that. And as it was before, the last time I was here, at night, you see people having a good time and whatnot. Then on the other side, look carefully. You've got this whole empty parklet with 2 people in it. It's kind of like the cool kids table at lunch. You remember when the cool kids were sitting on their lunch table and you always wanted to hang out with them? Well, I was always the kid on the other side. All this parking is available and we're not using it. Sorry, it's a boneheaded decision to keep the parklets. Totally boneheaded. Every single parking space is taken. Everybody is parked where they found a parking space, and all those parklets have parking spaces. You could have people parking. So that's the first group of parklets. Let's see what the next group looks like. I think I missed the sushi place, but they were busy the last time. They're probably busy this time. Okay, this parklet has at least 3 or 4 parking spaces were open here that aren't being used. You've got, I'm not going to include the people standing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 people on this side. But you could easily put all those 7 people inside. Mama Hongs could have them indoors, or Kabuki could have them indoors, and you could have all this parking here. So it is Friday night, but it's not that busy in this parklet. It's not completely empty. I won't be a liar and misrepresent. It's not completely empty. But it's also, you do a better job. Just let the people go indoors and park there. Every parking space is taken. And okay, this parklet here, it has customers. So there are customers, no doubt, but it's not completely full either. Okay, there are customers. I will not misrepresent. There are definitely customers at that parklet. So Friday night, but is the juice worth the squeeze? Do you have enough value out of now I'm going to use my magic runes here and just calculate. This is pretty much empty too. So with my little rune stones, I'm going to just take a guess that probably 40% of the parklets were being utilized. One thing I did notice, I did not see a single panhandler. I didn't go into the area where they often are, which is by the AMC Theater, but for the most part, I don't see any panhandlers downtown either. But still, parklets are about, capacity-wise, maybe 40% occupied. Okay, this is number 3. I don't know who this is. I can't tell from the wrapped up. It's the 2500 block of Burbank Boulevard. I expanded my search over here because Jesus left Magnolia Park and started hanging out over at the AutoZone, and I'm thinking that might be him. Not blaspheming. That's just what he looks like, Jesus. Let me see if that's him. Let's see if I can see it. No, it's him. That's Jesus. So he's sleeping across the street. I'm going to call for service now. Instead of spending almost $2 million to fix the irrigation at the golf course, which I have never used the golf course. How about having somebody paint the curbs? You know, they're peeling. Maybe go out there and trim those weeds with a string trimmer. It would literally be way better for the community than mowing all that hundreds of acres. It's like 200 acres at the golf course. So someone can have a round of golf for less than $60. I mean, all that is a gift for people out of town coming to play. I honestly, just a complete loss of public funds. Waste.